everybody, welcome back to Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios, here to give you the sports news I think you need to hear. Yes, welcome to Rambling RunOff, a sports podcast where we ramble all day and run off forever. We got a lot to unpack today with the NBA play-in tournament starting this week, and very soon the NBA playoffs. We're also going to talk about MLS 2024 Match Day 9. We got a lot of stuff to unpack there. In this week's warm-up, we're going to be talking the WNBA Draft from this week. We had the first round just wrap up, and we're going to be talking about the impact of women's sports, specifically basketball. And of course, in the rundown, we got a bunch of stuff in there, so please stick around towards the end for that. Continuing on now, with me, as always, through the virtual space of the internet, is my co-host, Mr. Danny Tan. Danny, say what's up to the people.
What up, y'all? What's going on?
Yes, we are here to ramble about sports today. Danny, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. Been a little busy. Rained again, so I couldn't really play golf on the weekend. I got a quick 9-hole in, but couldn't play a long round like I wanted to this weekend. So, but oh well. I've been just cricking away, working. What about you, bro?
I mean, same thing. Went to work. I celebrated my girlfriend's birthday over the weekend. We went to a restaurant called Fleming's.
Oh, hell yeah.
Very expensive, but very good. Service was excellent. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
No, it was cool. And then we went to a flea market in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl.
Yeah.
And then it started to rain.
No.
It was cool though. It was a lot. I mean, it was that flea market was bigger than what we expected, so we were both overwhelmed, and we didn't really go in mind to buy anything. But like, we have to go back with our pockets not too full, but have some loose change.
A little bit
and
of
be
cash.
prepared to walk a lot. Yeah, just a little bit. But it was cool though. It was a nice, fun weekend. So.
Nice.
And then we had Coachella. I was watching the streams. So I got to virtually watch my favorite artists from afar. So that was fun as well. But Dan, you say you want to go on a 9-hole? I could have sworn I saw that on Instagram somewhere.
Did I? Oh, sorry.
Hey yo.
My bad.
Why so loud?
My bad. My gain was inverted. Yeah, I was able to play Pico Rivera 9-hole. Just chilling, you know.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah. Got a little bit of golfing, no practice. Get a little loose with it, you know.
So Danny, you're saying, we were talking off the podcast, you're saying you don't want me to work at a golf course.
Well, you have a 4-year journalism degree. When you said you wanted to be a cart bay guy, I think that's a little above what your qualifications say. You know, at least work in the front office, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't
like
move up from
the golf store?
From cart bay, you know what I'm saying? Just spray down the carts and get them ready. Come on now. Just do PR or something. You know, use your degree. Is all I'm saying.
I know. I was just. It was just funny, cause we were in a group chat, and one of our friends had put like, oh, how much do like these specific like golf people get paid? I'm like, well, you could be a cart barn. What was it? A cart barn cleaner or whatever?
No, caddy. We were talking about caddies.
Oh yeah, there you go, caddies. Yeah. And I was like, I don't know about caddies, but I know one of our local golf places is hiring.
Cart barn is different, my guy. No one tips the cart guy.
Bruh.
It's
not even like
no
through debit
nothing.
or credit.
It's where you park your cart before you leave.
Oh yeah.
Come on now.
I figured. It was just funny because I didn't expect you to make that like a comment response back.
Bro, come on.
It's like you have a 4-year degree, bro.
Dude, for real. Use it.
I mean, it would be a part-time job.
I mean, sure. I mean, you could do it for fun, I guess.
No, I just thought it was funny. That's why I just wanted to bring it up.
That's ridiculous, man.
Hey, bro, if I were to work at a golf course, I'd be able to hook you up.
I don't know what pull you can have as the cart barn guy, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you work on the range, give me some free range balls, you know? Give me a good tee time. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. It's probably not gonna happen, but it'd be crazy if you think about it.
I mean, a little crazy.
But I digress.
We digress. You gotta get good at golf first.
But I did. Oh, all right,
Here we
relax.
go.
All right, maybe that's the. All right, yeah, here we go. All right, now you got me hyped up. Danny, are you ready to talk some real sports
Let's
now?
jump into it.
All right, for sure. We got NBA talk first this week as we are in the play-in tournament, or the play-in tournament has begun, I should say. In which, yeah, it's a star-studded affair. It's more or less all the same teams we've been talking about up to this point. For the beginning of the play-in tournament from 16th to 19th in the Eastern Conference, we have, correct me if I'm wrong, Danny, Miami versus Philadelphia, Atlanta versus Chicago, the Lakers versus New Orleans in the Western Conference, and then Golden State and Sacramento in the Western Conference as well.
Yes, sir.
As of this recording, some of these games have begun.
One game.
In the West, we have one game. The Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans. Danny, would you care to not analyze the game or give us a preview, but what can you say about these two teams as they play their way through the tournament?
The Lakers are a team trying to redeem themselves, I guess, from a very lackluster regular season. The end of last postseason, they made it all the way to the Western Conference Finals after being a play-in team, really. They were able to get all the way to the top, but then got swept by Denver. They looked, decent there, and I think most people assume that the Lakers will only go up from there, have a good regular season, and then make another playoff berth. But they've fallen short of that. And on the flip side, the New Orleans Pelicans had injuries last year. This year, most of the team was healthy for a majority of the season. They were looking to make a good playoff run. They unfortunately fell out of 6th place and are stuck in the play-in, playing against the Los Angeles Lakers. These two teams are meeting back-to-back, basically, after meeting on Sunday for their last regular season game, where the Lakers won by, I think it was like 20-something points, no? Or no, excuse me, 15-something points, like 120 to something, rather. Whatever.
I'll look for that for you.
Okay.
The final score was 124 to 108.
124, yep. Yeah, so nearly a 20-point lead. But yeah, I feel like the Lakers kind of got the Pelicans numbered. They're a bigger, they're a longer team. Jonas Valanciunas is a great center, but I don't think he compares to Anthony Davis. But I mean, the Lakers are hungry. Unfortunately, if the Lakers win this matchup, they will secure the 7th seed, which will put them against the Denver Nuggets, the defending champions, of which they have lost against the Denver Nuggets. I think it's 16 games in a row, including the 4-game sweep that occurred at the end of last year's postseason. So that's a tough matchup for them. But do they take the risk, kind of lose this game on purpose-ish, and then win the 8th seed to face the Oklahoma City Thunder, which they have a 3-1 record against during this year's regular season? It's a gamble, but we'll see what it is. Currently, the Lakers are up 66-53 with 7 minutes and some change left in the third quarter. So it looks like the Lakers are not taking a chance, which is the smart choice, I think. You just figure out Denver. If not, unfortunately, you're knocked out in the first round, but it is what it is. But
I mean, I don't think they're going to get swept this time around.
No, I don't think so.
I think what happened last year is just that, they went through the play-in. They looked really good against the Wolves. And then, they got into the playoffs, and they had to play Golden State, who was also struggling. And I don't know. Just answer yes or no. Was Golden State bad, or were the Lakers better than Golden State?
The Lakers were better than Golden State last year, for sure.
Yeah, I would agree. And they by the time they got to to the Nuggets, they were all out of gas.
I mean, you can say that too, but
they went back and forth.
The Nuggets handedly beat the Lakers. There were a couple of close games. They weren't all blowouts, but the Nuggets had a tough game or a tough series right before too. They were facing the Phoenix Suns, which they kind of barely scraped by. So it wasn't just.
Didn't the Nuggets destroy them? Am I tripping?
No, I think it was a. Was it a? I think it was a 5-2. Or sorry, yeah, I think it was 5-2 in Game 6.
Okay.
Something like that.
That's
maybe
not.
not.
They destroyed them still. I remember specifically we were at your house and we were watching the game and it was barely halftime and you said this is over.
Yeah, one of the Denver games. I think it was the last game.
I think it was the last one. Yeah, it was the last one.
But that wasn't all of them,
No, yeah, I get you though. But I mean that's great analysis for this matchup. I think as you said, the scoreline, I don't think the scoreline is going to change. I think the Lakers are going to win this. And yeah, like I said, they're just going to have to figure out Denver. If the result does hold, yes, the Lakers will play Denver on the 20th of Saturday. And I believe it will be a Nuggets home game, correct, Danny?
I believe so.
Yeah, time and TV have not been announced as of this recording. But yes, everything at the moment is TBD until these games have finished.
Wait, hold on, Rob.
And then on the
I think am I recording with the right microphone? Wait, I'm gonna pause it real quick. I can't tell.
Yeah, go for it. I will continue on the Western Conference side. We have the Golden State Warriors going up against Sacramento Kings. That's another great matchup. Considering Sacramento was really, really good last year. And on the other side was Golden State, as we previously just mentioned. They're not the best, but they still have a lot of good assets on that team. Just those assets are very old at this point. So we'll have to wait and see. Are we gonna get the Golden State Warriors that went on a dynasty run? Or are we going to get the Golden State Warriors who have just been dysfunctional and problematic on and off the court? And back to Sacramento, I feel like they have a lot of good pieces that have been building up to this point. So let's see if they've gained enough confidence to make a good run in the playoffs. Danny, are you back? Are you there?
Yep, I'm back.
Oh, okay, perfect. So I don't know if you just heard. I was just giving a quick my explanation on the Warriors and the Kings. Would you like to add anything? I mean, mine was very quick, but what can you say about these two teams as they play through the play-in tournament?
Yeah, I think they're both kind of in the same spot that we expected. The Lakers or even themselves to be. Where the Kings did pretty well last season. The Golden State Warriors were looking to bounce back. The Warriors had Jonathan Kuminga kind of blow up this season. They had picked up Chris Paul, so they were hoping to make a great run in the regular season and then take that into the playoffs. But it just didn't work out that way. With the loss of Jordan Poole, the injury to Chris Paul, and Draymond getting suspended quite a bit in between, and Klay Thompson being cold here and there, it just didn't work out that way. And then on the flip side, the Sacramento Kings maintained a majority of their roster, but just had a lackluster regular season. I think they're a little bit inconsistent in general. They had still stellar performances from De'Aaron Fox, Domantas Sabonis. There are a couple of standout performances from Harrison Barnes. Kevin Huerter had a decent season, but the same way, the season just doesn't turn out that way. The West was very stacked this year. I think, what was it, the top 8 teams or top 9 teams were above 500. What is it? Top 10 teams. All top 10 teams were above 500.
Everyone could have finished 8th, basically.
Yeah, really.
That's how close it was.
Yeah, so the West is really tough this year, but it's just that's how it shakes out, The West and the East, they balance themselves out. This year, maybe for the next couple of years, the West might be a little stacked. There'll probably be a couple moves just to move some of the larger players back to the East, but it is what it is. I think the Kings have something to prove this this year. Even though they're the younger team, not as many stars and whatnot, they're still a powerhouse. But then again, you can never count out Steph Curry. Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. Those guys have pedigree. They've got a playoff experience. You just can't count them out.
No, I mean, I would hope so. I mean, like, yeah, you have experience, but are they all there? Are they mentally all there? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good question. I mean, they've got the experience. I think they know when to turn it on, when to take it serious, how to slow pace down and speed it up. I think they do.
Well, I have a quick stat here, 2 quick stats for each team. The Kings have gone 10-7 against division opponents. Sacramento is 7th in the NBA with 28.3 assists per game. Domantas Sabonis leads the Kings, averaging 8.2. For the Warriors, they have gone 26-26 against Western Conference opponents. Golden State ranks 4th in the NBA with 29.3 assists per game, led by the one and only Chris Paul, averaging 6.8. So we'll have to wait and see. I mean, it's kind of like how you said, both teams have their pros and their cons. We'll just have to see which team's pros outweigh the cons. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Just one last note. Yeah, Domantas Sabonis is a dominant big guy. Kayvon Looney is great on Golden State, but I don't think they have a real answer for him. So it'll kind of be a matchup of the Kings, who are kind of like a hybrid team. They're a high 3-point shooting team, but still with a dominant big man. And then on the flip side, the Golden State Warriors are high volume 3-point shooting team, a young team in general. They got couple I forget their backup big, but they got something to prove too. To prove that the Steph Curry 3-and-go type of play style is still superior than prioritizing kind of a big and great guards with the supporting role. We'll see what it is. Who do you have between the Kings and the Warriors, Rob?
I don't know. I kind of want to see the Kings win. I like De'Aaron Fox. He's a great
Kings
player.
too, yeah. Sabonis is crazy.
De'Aaron
too.
Fox is great. Let me see who else they got on their roster here. Keegan Murray.
Yep.
I've seen
a great sophomore
season. He's
season.
been pretty good. And then I guess for looking up who's been stellar on the boards, for the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga.
Yep, Jonathan Kuminga. Having an amazing season.
I guess you have to go with Klay Thompson. I mean, he's the better 3-point shooter right now. So, I don't know. I mean, it's a toss up. So, but yeah, I'm gonna go with the Kings on this one.
I'd agree with you, Rob.
Okay, and to move on very quickly now, you want to move on to the East now?
Yeah, let's quickly talk about the East.
All right, Eastern Conference, same game. You got 4 teams trying to move up. As we mentioned, so for April 17 on ESPN, 7 Eastern, if you're listening to this, we're going to have Miami versus Philadelphia and Atlanta versus Chicago. Danny, what can you say about the 2 teams between Miami and Philadelphia?
Between Miami and Philadelphia, I mean, Philly, they just got Joel Embiid back, excuse me. He's playing solid. They're looking to get out. And they'd be facing, the Knicks. I feel like that's the better game. You don't want to fall down, fight your way out of the 9-10 winner, and then face the Celtics. You want to come up, face the Knicks. So I think the Sixers are going to be pretty hungry. Joel Embiid definitely is going to come with a vengeance to make his finals push, hopefully, and make a good playoff run. He had an injury in the regular season, so hopefully he stays injury free in the playoffs. But yeah, I mean, Sixers, I think that's easy. Jimmy Bucket's got something to prove, but I feel like the Sixers team is just a little bit more well constructed with the way that Tyrese Maxey has been playing, and the supporting cast is very solid. I think the Sixers got it. And then on the flip side, with the Hawks and the Bulls, this is probably the most mid matchup that you can ask for as an NBA fan. I'm sorry to say that about my Hawks, but I mean, it is what it is. Trae Young has been injured. The Bulls have been dealing with injuries the whole year, even into last year with Lonzo Ball. DeRozan has been pretty good. Kobe White has really popped off for the Bulls, so we'll see what it is. I hope my Hawks can make it through. They'll probably get whooped by the Celtics, but at least they're able to say they beat the mid Bulls, you know. But then again, even if they go past the Bulls, I'm not sure they can make it past the Heat. The Heat just have the Hawks number. They just know how to play defense against them. Such a offense heavy team with little defense. The Heat, they just eat those guys up.
Oh, okay. And so you say you have Philadelphia
Yep.
over the Heat. All right, just to give some context on that matchup. The 76ers 31-21 against conference opponents. Philadelphia has a 23-24 record against opponents over 500. For the Heat, they are 32-20 in Eastern Conference play. Miami scores 110.1 points and has outscored opponents by 1.7 points per game. Some players of note for top performers. Tyrese Maxey is averaging 24.9 points and 6.2 assists for the 76ers. Another guy they got, Kelly Oubre Jr. Is that how you say it, Danny? Kelly Oubre is averaging 17 points and 5.7 rebounds over the last 10 games. For the Heat, they got the man, the myth, the legend, Bam Adebayo, who is averaging 19.3 points, 10.4 rebounds, and 3.9 assists for the Heat. Terry Rozier is averaging 18.8 points and 3.8 assists over the last 10 games as well. I think I'm going to have to go with you. As much as I love the Heat, they've let me down the past 2 seasons. So I'm going to have to go with the 76ers as well. And then you were talking about the Hawks and the Bulls matchup in there. As you said, and I agree with you, it's a lackluster matchup. It's not sexy at all. I'm pretty sure you're going to get a competitive game, though. The Bulls, they've gone 22-29 against Eastern Conference foes. Chicago is 6-8 in games decided by 3 points or fewer. For your Hawks, Danny, they're 22-30 against conference opponents. Plus, Atlanta has a 15-21 record in games decided by 10 points or more. The stars for this game, the top performers, DeMar DeRozan is averaging 24 points and 5.3 assists for the Bulls. All right, you're going to have to help me out here again. Ayo Dosunmu is averaging 8.3 points and 4.2 assists over the past 10 games. Then, how do you say it? DeJounte Murray. Damn, how
that one is just a regular dog.
Bro, never mind.
DeJounte.
It's spelled weird. DeJounte Murray is scoring 22.5 points per game and averaging 5.3 rebounds for the Hawks. Garrison Matthews is averaging 2.4 made three-pointers over the last 10 games. But yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think the Bulls take this one as well. I can't imagine the Hawks.
Crazy.
Oh wait, what?
I just said the Hawks take it. I said it like 3 times.
Oh, I thought you were saying, it would be cool if the Hawks win it and face the Celtics.
No, I said it would be cool, but then they would get knocked out in the first round anyway.
Bruh. All right, so that's where we differ. Yeah, I'm going with the Bulls on this one.
All right.
Just by the fact that why would I want to see them play the Celtics and get swept?
I mean, both teams are going to get swept, so don't even worry about it.
I mean, I think the Bulls are a little bit better a lot better than the Hawks.
Okay, that's crazy. Trae Young was injured majority of the season. Not majority, for a good bulk of the season.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think I like the Bulls in this one.
All right.
And did you not hear the Hawks record?
I know the Hawks record. I watched them.
It's bad. You're like,
it's
I know they're
3 games
bad, bro.
difference.
Okay, and?
Whatever.
Damn, I'm also looking at the injury list, and both teams have like 5-6 players out.
Yeah, it's a handful of injuries.
Zach LaVine, Andre Drummond, Patrick Williams, Julian Phillips, Lonzo Ball. Then for the Seth Lundy, Clint Capella, Wesley Matthews, Jalen Johnson, Sadiq Bey,
and
and Onyeka I think
Okongwu.
I used to know how to say Okongwu. Yeah, played at USC. I think.
He did play USP.
That's the only reason why I know his name. But yeah, we got a few seconds left actually. But Danny, are you excited for the play-in and the playoffs?
Yeah, I'm really excited. It's playoff time. Playing includes the playoffs. We're the part of it, so it's playoff time. I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm watching.
All right. Everyone better have their iPads, their computers, their Fire Sticks, all the TVs on for these games. Cause there should be a good amount of games. For the matchups that are already somewhat locked in the Eastern Conference, of course it's gonna be the Celtics against opponent to be named. Then it's New York also as well, waiting for an opponent between either the Heat or the Sixers. These ones are already locked in, just don't have a time or a TV schedule. Milwaukee will face Indiana, and Cleveland will face Orlando. In the West, it's Oklahoma City either against the Lakers or the Pelicans. Said that wrong. Either against Golden State or no, I'm reading that wrong. Gosh damn it, I'm already confusing myself. They're either gonna play, the Pelicans or the Lakers. Correct? Am I saying that right?
The Nuggets?
No, the
Oh, you're saying Golden State. The winner of Golden State and Sacramento will play the loser of the Pelicans or the Lakers.
Okay. Yeah, Oklahoma City versus number 8 seed from there. And then Denver will face the number 7 seed, asterisk on that. And then finally, these ones are, I can say these, Minnesota versus Phoenix, and then the Clippers versus Dallas in the 4th and 5th seed, respectfully. Dang it, I'm getting tongue-tied, I don't know why. Those games don't have a time yet. There's no TV schedule as well, so we'll let you know on the socials, so follow us on Instagram and Twitter for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
But Dan, you have anything else lastly to add about the NBA play-in tournament and playoffs?
No, I am very excited. That's all.
All right, bet. I'm also excited as well. We'll be following this closely on X, formerly Twitter, and on Instagram, as I previously said. And next week we will be going in and talking more about the playoffs as well as they continue through their tenure. That is all we have for the NBA. As we're gonna move on now to some MLS action. We had match day 9 come and go. Very fast and furious. I'm going to go over team of the match day. A couple new people in here. One big name, surprising a little bit. For a team of the match day, we got Bogusz, Navarro. And Danny, can you believe that Messi has finally made team of the match day on here?
Wow. Finally.
But not just that, but there's another big reason why I'm pointing that out. In the middle, we got Tommy, Evander, Gomez, Pencil. In the back line, we got, Pencil.
Okay.
And then we got Caleb Wiley, who is surprising me a lot, considering he's a new guy in Atlanta. And he's doing a really good job. Bartlow, we got Wagner. And once again, for the goalie for team of the match day, Mr. Freese from New York City, to be exact. And then Danny, the reason why I'm surprised to put Messi in this team of the match day is because he was also awarded player of the match day with his 1 goal and 1 assist. Do you think that was well deserved for player of the match day?
Oof. I don't know.
Or do you think it was kind of forced?
It's tough to say for that one.
Because I don't know. I feel like someone else could have been given that award low key. But
yeah, but
I digress.
The bigger the name is, you're always
always
going to say, you know what I mean?
No, yeah. Considering that even his teammate Luis Suarez has gotten player of the match day twice, and his stat line, both those times were way better than this. So
yeah,
who knows? I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just pointing this out. I mean, it's cool that he finally got it. I mean, he was overdue for one, I think. I feel like he could have got it the first week, but it's just that I don't know. There was just people that got similar stat lines, but I guess they wanted to shake it up a bit, Yeah. But I digress. But yeah, dang, are you ready to dive into a bunch of these score lines and talk about them a little bit?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. So for our Saturday slate of games this past weekend, we had LAFC traveling up to Portland, where we had 8 yellow cards in this matchup.
Oh, damn.
Portland started out really good. Remnants to their first couple of games. Felipe Mora scored in the 11th minute. But LAFC were in it for the long haul. Matsus Bogush, I know how to say his last name, scored in the 21st minute. But the Timbers kept going at him. Evander scored in the 34th minute. And then this is where it got kind of mucky. Maxime Crepeau from Portland was given a red card for tackling Daniel Buwanga right outside the penalty area. And straight red from the referee. A little bit shocking in my opinion. I didn't think it was that hard of a tackle, but I guess because technically he was the last defender in quotations. So the referee had no choice to give him a red. So Portland played the second half mostly down a man. But just from that free kick, Bogush got himself a brace in the 51st minute and tied the game up 2-2. And that's how the game ended. And then out in Montreal, FC Cincinnati went out to go and play them. Dang it, I begoofed here. No, yeah, I got it right here. Montreal was able to get their first home win in a while because I don't think they've been playing there. Danny, would you believe me if I told you Montreal had to play like most of their games away because it's snowing out in Montreal?
Ooh, I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, so they haven't had a home game like in a hot. Well, I don't think they played a home game this whole time actually. Now that I think about it, just too much snow. So they played a lot of their games away as of late. But they got the W 2-1 over FC Cincinnati. Joseph Martinez scored in the first half stoppage time, 45th plus 4. And then Cincy tied it up in the 58th minute by I spelled his name wrong. Wayakubo, lone goal in the 58th minute. And then Ari Lassiter in the 62nd minute was able to get the game winner for Montreal. This game ended 2-1 with 5 yellow cards on the stat line. And just to let everybody know, there's a lot of games with yellow cards this past week. I don't know why. It was like everyone just wanted to hack a shack and chop at everybody's legs. It was kind of crazy. Toronto went to Charlotte, in which Charlotte FC was victorious 3-2. Wait, Danny, what games did I ask you? I forgot.
You asked me to watch the first game
we
I
haven't
watched,
got there yet.
Or one of them I watched was Orlando and DC United, which is the next one.
Okay, cool. All right, we haven't got there yet. I almost lost my sense of place for a second. But Charlotte 3-2 over Toronto, 5 yellow cards. Kerwin Vargas got the game going in the 39th minute. Liel Abada in the 70th minute, and Patrick Aubameyang again. Yeah, I think that's how I say it. Aubameyang in the 85th minute. Toronto's 2 goals came from Prince Awosu. He scored both goals actually in the 49th and the 78th minute. He kept them in this game as long as he could. And then Toronto was awarded a red card in stoppage time, and that was given to Kevin Long. Up next, here's the game that I had you watch. Orlando City versus DC United. This game had 8 yellow cards, by the way. DC's Christian Benteke scored in the 5th minute to get the game going very early on. You would have thought, hey, DC, they're kind of a little bit on a hot streak. They're looking okay. That was not to be true at all, unfortunately. Orlando's Dagurdan Thorolson scored in the 28th minute. Then DC scored in the 66th minute with Gabriel Pirani. And then David Bracalo in the 82nd minute got them the second goal. And then the man, the myth, the legend, the man that should not have been on this team no more, but had a fly back from the UK, Duncan Maguire getting the game winner in stoppage time. Danny, so you say you were able to watch this game. What'd you think about it? What can you tell us about this matchup?
I mean, that under that sub 5 minute goal was crazy. I was like, wait, what? I just blinked. I feel like Orlando just, they had their number. Defensively, I think they were able to stop a lot of the DC attacks and whatnot. But that Beneteki, he had quite a few looks at it, and unfortunately, only one of them went through early on. But I feel like Orlando had some pretty good defense. They got saved by their goalie quite a few times, but it was a good game.
Oh no, yeah, Orlando's usually had a really good goalkeeper. And yeah, Benteke. I don't know. He has really good games, and he'll like not. Basically, I'm not saying he has bad games, but he'll go silent. In a way, I don't know if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
Like he'll go cold, but like when he does make goals, they're always pretty good goals, and they're usually in good timing as well. So yeah, Orlando usually. If this was probably in Orlando, this game would have ended a tie ball game, considering Orlando's always scrapping with everybody. And they're always looking to draw. So, but yeah. Next up we have New York City FC defeating the New England Revolution 2-0. For New York City, Augustin Ojeda scored in the 57th, and Julian Fernandez scored in stoppage time in the 93rd minute. New York Red Bulls New York faced off against the Chicago Fire. That game ended 0-0. However, there was one red card awarded out to Red Bulls Andres Reyes in the 42nd minute. Also ending 0-0, the Seattle Sounders facing off against FC Dallas in Frisco, where the game ended 0-0 as well. Another 5 yellow card matchup. Houston Dynamo defeated Minnesota United 2-1. Danny, I understand you watched this game as well.
Yes, I did.
All right, before I get into the score, the stat line, what did you think about this game?
This game was back and forth. The crowd was really into this game. It was crazy.
The Minnesota fans always come out.
Yeah. I mean, Houston. I felt like they were really fighting for this. Which I think I guess was reflected in the scoreline. But yeah, I mean, it was a very intense game, back and forth. A lot of missed shots. Great goalkeeping on this one too. Yeah, I mean, I guess Houston was really looking for a win here. Yeah, I don't know where they are in the standings, but
they're in
Minnesota
third place
ahead.
in the Western Conference.
They're what?
They're in third place in the Western
Third? Oh,
Conference.
okay. Hell yeah. But I mean, yeah, it was a good win for Houston.
No, yeah. The stat line reads Houston, Mikael in the 38th minute, and then Minnesota's Franco Fracapane in the 70th minute got them that game time goal. But Sebastian Kowalski in the 77th minute got Houston the game winner. And then moving on now, this was the other matchup I know you watched the highlights of. Inter Miami traveling to Sporting Kansas City. Another 5 yellow card affair. Inter Miami 3-2. It was a good game though. I was able to watch the highlights of this game as well. Back and forth affair. And the Sporting Kansas City came to play. They were ready. And also, this game was at Arrowhead Stadium, where the Kansas City Chiefs play. And I don't believe it was a sellout, but I believe it was the 4th highest attended game in MLS history. I think for the regular season with 72,000. So yeah, packed crowd to come seeing their Sporting Kansas City faithful. And according to people that I follow on the internet, there was a lot more Kansas City fans than Inter Miami fans. So that's always good. So that's how so now they know. Now Kansas City kind of knows like where they stand now in popularity. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, they know that they got the fans to support.
Yeah. Because that's not where they usually play either, Danny. I know you're probably like, they don't always play there. No, they do not always play there.
I mean, that's a huge stadium.
Like
I don't expect them to sell out a stadium that size.
Oh, no, yeah. I mean, they didn't even sell out this one, but hey, 72,000 is pretty good still.
Yeah, it is really good.
But yeah, on the field, Eric Tommy scored in the 6th minute and the 58th minute for Kansas City. But like I said, Miami got the W with the 3 goals. Diego Gomez in the 18th minute. And then that man, some guy in the 51st minute scored. Do you know who scored?
Yeah, he was just some old guy. They probably took a walk on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. His name's Lionel Messi.
I hear he's very
It was a banger though. You gotta admit.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he had an assist off of
It was the first
goal
goal.
was crazy.
Yeah, dude, but that goal that he scored is just fuck. Just
Yeah, it was insane.
They gave him too much space. No one moved. No one pushed up to defend him. He picked up his head and he's like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna shoot from here. And it was a knuckling ball. It went right over the goalie's hand and went in.
Yeah, it did.
It was really good. And then Luis Suarez got the third goal off of a turnover. Melia gave the ball in the bad spot. His defender, I think his right back didn't know what to do with it. Got his pocket picked. And that guy ran in, passed it up to Suarez, and he just tapped it in. And that's how Miami got the W.
Yeah.
Out in Vancouver, the LA Galaxy were visiting where they were victorious 3-1. There were 5 yellow cards in this one as well. Dejan Joveljic continued his scoring prowess in the 56th minute. However, the Whitecaps did come back and score in the 77th minute with Brian White's lone goal. But hey, Joseph Pinsel scored in the 80th minute, kind of quieted the Vancouver crowd. And that Vancouver crowd got a little more silent when Diego Fagundes got his 70th goal in his MLS career in the 82nd minute. He is in the, I think it was 10 or so players in MLS history to have 70 goals and 70 assists.
70 is an insane number of goals.
Danny, he's been playing in the MLS since he was 16.
Jesus.
He got his first goal when he was 16-year olds playing for the New England Revolution.
Damn.
That was like in 2013, 2014. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Dude, that is crazy. But yeah, shout out to him on that accomplishment. That's really cool.
Shout out.
And moving on now, your Columbus Crew, Danny, ended 0-0 with Real Salt Lake. However, there were 9. Yeah, I know. Hey, they both split the point. I was told, however, by my homie Alex from Talk 2 Sports, he says he thinks this is the first 0-0 draw they've had in like the past 2 years.
Really? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
crazy.
Baby. They win.
This game ended with 9 yellow cards in this matchup, however. I know. I was like, damn. We haven't had that much in this whole season so far.
That's crazy.
Out in San Jose, they were mollywopped by the Colorado Rapids 3-0. Rafael Navarro scored 2 goals, one in the 10th minute, and then one in the 10th minute off a penalty, and then one in the 60th minute. And then Cole Bassett got his goal in the 80th minute. For Sunday's matchups, we had the Philadelphia Union travel out to Atlanta. There were 6 yellow cards in this matchup. The game ended 2-2. Daniel Rios, not related, in the 55th minute. And I mentioned him earlier, Caleb Wiley once again getting on the score sheet in the 63rd minute. For Philly, Mikel Ure in the 73rd, and Kai Wagner in the 77th minute got them their goal. However, this game did end with a little bit of controversy. The referees once again striking, and these are the real referees. I'd like to point out, I think Philly had the ball with like 10 seconds left. They were moving it around on their opponent's side of the field, and then finally the allotted stoppage time hit on the clock, but they were still playing the attack, and then the referee blew the whistle.
Damn.
Usually the referees let you play. Yeah, the refs usually let, even though the stoppage time would already be up, they will usually let them play until they shoot or the ball is deflected away.
Yeah.
Like,
so there's like an actual time stoppage, right?
Yeah, basically. Or like the ball's not in like let's say like Philly, let's say they added 6 minutes of stoppage time. It's the 96th minute, obviously. And Philly's still like in the penalty area. And they take a shot and then a defender kicks it away. Yeah. All right, then the ref would stop it. Because obviously the ball is no longer...
It's not in play.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's still in the field, but like it's not in motion. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it's out of play. Like as soon as it goes out of bound or there's a stoppage of a movement.
They kick it downfield or something. Yeah. Like there's no attack, there's no defense. Like the ball's just in the air. Like, all right, now you blow the whistle. But the guy deadass had the ball at his feet and the referee blew the whistle right at the 96 minute mark. And of course, all the players started running to that guy. So I'm just like, bro, like why would you do that? Because even the commentators were like, that was odd. Like the ref just ended the game while they're like dribbling the ball. Like that could have been the game winner.
Yeah.
But now we'll never know because the referee blew the whistle.
I guess we'll never know.
Yep. I guess we'll never know. And the last game of the weekend and on Sunday, St. Louis City defeated Austin FC 1-0. Joao Klaus finally got on the score sheet once again in the 57th minute. I saw the highlights of this one. The crowd just lost their minds when he finally got the ball in the back of the net. And yeah, it's been a hot minute since he's scored a goal. So a long time coming for him since last season. So hopefully he could get the ball rolling again, get some more goals in the back of the net, and get his team going. But yeah, Dan, do you have any questions, comments, concerns about the MLS games that we just talked about?
No, sir.
Do you have any questions?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm just gonna run through the table really quick. In the Eastern Conference, it's Miami in first place with tied with 15 points in first place with 15 points. New York Red Bulls right behind them. In third, we have Philadelphia, who I believe are the last undefeated team left. Yes, they are. They have no losses. Then the Columbus Crew are in fourth with 13 points. Cincinnati in fifth with 12. Atlanta United with 11 points. Charlotte with 11. Montreal with 10. And Toronto with 10 points as well to round out the top 9 in the East. In the Western Conference, with 15 points, the LA Galaxy have 15 points. Vancouver Whitecaps have 13 points, which is why that matchup was important because it was number 1 versus number 2. Houston, as I mentioned earlier, have 13 points in third. Real Salt Lake have 12 points in fourth. Colorado in fifth with 12 points. LAFC with 11 points in sixth place. Minnesota in seventh with 11. St. Louis also has 11th, but they're in eighth. And then Kansas City, even though they lost, are in ninth place with 10 points. And that rounds out your Western Conference table. Danny, I'm going to give you some games for this upcoming weekend. And I'm going to tell you win, loss, or draw for the teams, okay?
Sure.
All right. Atlanta United with FC Cincinnati.
Atlanta.
Atlanta win, okay. Columbus Crew, Portland Timbers.
Columbus Crew.
All right. I don't know. I do like Portland. I want to see what Portland we get, so I'm going to go Portland on that one.
Okay.
Inter Miami visiting Nashville.
Inter Miami.
Okay. I would just like to point out the last time Inter Miami went there, they tied 2-2. So.
I'm still picking.
LAFC versus New York Red Bulls.
Tie.
A tie? Okay. And then Sunday's matchups, we have LA Galaxy versus San Jose Earthquakes in the Cali Clasico. What do you got?
I'll take the Galaxy on this one.
Okay, I will also point out San Jose is dead last in the Western Conference.
Yep.
But also remember, it's the MLS. There's a lot of parity in this.
Yeah.
So we won't know until we see the game.
Oh, no.
And then lastly on Sunday, Charlotte versus Minnesota.
I'll take Minnesota.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, I believe that's everything I have. Few notes, though. There's 2 rumors going around. The MLS might implement some sort of icon rule where if you have like a DP or a veteran player who, I guess, let's say, are out of contract and with like a little bit more dough, you can use this function, or I don't know what they're calling it, this rule, and you can re-sign them and it won't hurt your cap. And also, I think the league is going to start implementing the new substitution rules very soon. So watch out for that this weekend as well. But yeah, Danny, are you ready to move on in our show?
Yes, sir.
Alrighty then. In this week's warm-up topic, this past weekend, we had the WNBA Draft, the Women's National Basketball Association. Women's basketball has been like taking off as of late, as you mentioned in the past couple shows, especially in college basketball. And now it's going to transition into women's professional basketball here in the U.S. With the WNBA. And yeah, I'm going to read you guys the first round top 10 people, That's where a lot of the big names were coming out of course. The number 1 overall pick was, of course, given to the Indiana Fever, and selected there was Kaylin Clark from Iowa. She's been a great player. She's a hell of a shooter, and she's been offered a lot of big offers. So I'll get to that in a bit. Number 2 was from the Los Angeles Sparks. They selected Cameron Brink from Stanford. I've been hearing her name being tossed around as well. I heard she's really good. Number 3 was the Chicago Sky with Camila Cardoso from South Carolina. Number 4 also went to the Sparks. They picked Rikia Jackson from Tennessee. The number 5th overall pick was given to the Dallas Wings. They selected J.C. Sheldon from Ohio State. Number 6 pick was to the Washington Mystics. They selected Aaliyah Edwards from UConn. UConn's really good. They've always had a great women's basketball program, so of course not. Why not? Number 7 was the Chicago Sky. They selected Angel Reese from LSU. I was a little bit surprised to see her go get picked a little
far. Huh?
Yeah, right. I mean, it's only 7, but you would have expected at least top 5. You know? Like, do you think that was kind of weird?
Yeah, I thought she would have gone earlier.
I mean, they have her marked down as a forward and a center, so I don't know why people wouldn't want a dual threat, but it's okay. I digress. Number 8 overall pick was given to the Minnesota Lynx. They selected Alyssa Peely from Utah. Number 9 was the Dallas Wings again. Carla Lieti from France. International pick. And then number 10 overall was to the Connecticut Sun. They selected Leila Lacan, also from France. But I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see these players ball out in the WNBA. I know if you guys have noticed, we slowly but surely have covered more WNBA on our podcast. And it's been a good time. I feel like it's gotten more exciting to watch. I feel like that's what it's been missing. Just exciting play. It's more fundamentally sound. I don't know. Is that okay to say, Danny?
Yeah.
Is that fair?
That's fair.
Oh, okay. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying.
No.
Like, I have the same. I don't hate this stuff. I just have the same. I see. I mean, I'm being truthful. I mean, I see what I see. It's not always the best fundamentally sound game to watch, but I feel like a lot of these newer players, this new generation of young women who are getting into the WNBA, I think they're going to change that. Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they can do.
I think this is where supporters of the WNBA and people who wanted to see the game elevated and promoted to more eyes and a bigger audience, they wanted to see where this game has went. I mean, the women's basketball championship tournament had more viewers than the men's, like by far. It was the most watched NCAA event this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, it was crazy. Caitlin Clark, was a big part of that. She's the female Steph Curry. She's going to be the number 1 3-point shooter in the WNBA. I anticipate. So the game's just elevating, and it's just what it is. Everyone gets better, and the baseline level of the game moves up, and then those peak performers, those stars, they just get better and better.
Oh, okay. No, yeah, I get you. But I agree with you. I would also like to point out, I feel like what's also happening is that there was a lot of people that were like actually hating on like the WNBA and like women's college basketball and like other women's sports. But I think what's happening is like there were so many people hating on these sports and these women, and they wanted to see them fail, that as time went on these past couple of years, that like everyone's starting to watch,
Yeah.
Like it went from, oh, like they suck, like they're not good, like why are we watching this? And then like it also got the eyes of like regular people, because everyone's like talking about them like, oh, they're not good. Well, now everyone wants to see, well, is this true?
Yeah, which is insane.
And well, yeah, so all those people that came to go, all the casuals that came to see, well, is this really bad, or are you guys just full of it? And well, the answer is the latter, because now all those casual people are like, oh wait, this is actually really fun to watch.
Yeah.
Because I think they're understanding, like, yeah, it's not the same as, men's basketball or men's athletics, because obviously, duh. But like people are accepting for it is what it is, and they're doing their best. So I mean, you always gotta kind of take it with a grain of salt in this, and that's why I've kind of like accepted it as well more and more. And also, like I said, the play has been better as well, so it is more enjoyable to watch. It's more exciting, as I said, more fundamentally sound, more pleasing in that way for me. So yeah, I mean, they're starting to make it. It's what's the word I'm looking for? It's exciting, It's just good for the game. It's good overall for men and women's athletics. So, I mean, but it is interesting to point out how it was when me and you were growing up. It's like, oh, they're not even good, and now everyone's fucking watching.
Yeah, I think I remember. The whole thing was women's basketball, WNBA, better fundamentals. I mean, everyone says it, and it's true. You watch a game, it's better fundamentals. The athletics are a little different, but that's just what it is.
Yeah,
They're better.
It's gotten better.
Dribbling the ball, they're better at shooting the ball. But shot selection is not the same as the NBA. I think that's just because of reps. The plays, I think, are more sophisticated in the WNBA for sure. Just the elevation of the game has been great, because I think when the WNBA gets elevated, the NBA gets elevated, because the game of basketball on both sides is very similar. When you see people perform great on either one, it inspires you, you play better, and then, thus propelling the game forward.
No, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, it's just more basketball.
Yeah.
Like, how much, if you really do like basketball, like, you're going to accept basketball for what it is. Like, if it's bad, it's bad. Okay, like, that's up to you. That's up to your discretion. But, like, it's just more basketball.
Yeah.
Like, you're going to say no. If you really love basketball, you're going to say no to more basketball.
Yeah.
Even if it's bad.
Why are you going to say no to basketball? That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, for me, like, I've slowly, when it's on and I can find it, the NWSL, the National Women's Soccer League. Like, I understand it's not fundamentally sound as the men's game, but it still has this, it's still soccer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to hate them, It's not as the same speed, but it's still the same game.
Mm-hmm.
And they play to their speed, and that's okay. Like, I'm not going to hate them because of that. Well, of course, I'm going to say, all right, that was a bad play, or this was a good play, Like, respectfully.
Yeah.
Okay, it's still, the fundamentals. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited for this upcoming season. Ice Cube, his big three, they were offering Caitlin Clark like $3 or $5 million.
What the hell?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, he was offering her like hella contract money to go play in the big three, and I think it was supposed to be like on the low, but like word got out, so he did do like how would you say, he did an interview. And yeah, he issued a $5 million offer.
That's crazy.
But then like they were interviewing him on the Pat McAfee show, and then Pat McAfee were talking about it like after, and they're like, dude, that would be crazy if she did, because all of those guys in the big three they're retired, or guys that didn't really go into the NBA, and the thing is, those guys are huge.
Yeah.
Like, bro. And then another thing, she's been using a women's regulated ball. And with the, oh no, it's the same height, correct? I believe it's still the same height. The rim height?
Yeah. The rim height's the same. It's just the ball is a little smaller.
So they're like, how would that even work? She uses a different ball. That she doesn't face the same size of people. Yeah. So that's why I was like, damn, like, that's crazy.
And the WNBA,
also,
much like the NBA, it's the pinnacle of the sport. People can argue international game and stuff. American basketball is American basketball. The association is the association.
I think we have the best basketball around, bar none.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, he had offered her $5 million, and people were making a big hoopla. They're like, she should just take the money because she's not gonna make that money in the WNBA.
Dude, with contracts and stuff, she is gonna make that money for sure, and she
No,
gets
yeah,
more
of course,
exposure
but
in
I
the
mean-
WNBA.
No, yeah, but I think those people arguments is that like if you compare it to like the men's league, like it's double or even triple that of
Yeah,
what
it
she's
is.
gonna
It's true.
get, even with the contracts.
Yeah.
And the sponsorships. But I mean, I don't see, I mean, if she really wanted the money, she would have took it, bro. So I don't
Yeah,
think it's
she
that
would.
big of a deal to her. But yeah, it was either go play in the Big Three or WNBA. What are you gonna do?
It's got to be WNBA every time.
No, yeah, I mean you're basically gonna go play with Steph Curry
Yeah.
and LeBron James. Like you're gonna cross paths with those people. I mean, no disrespect to the Big Three, but I mean it is what it is. Maybe later on. But yeah, that was the WNBA draft. I'm
Yeah,
excited
just
to
one
see you.
quick shout out.
what you got?
Shout out to Kaylin Trung, the first Vietnamese American to get drafted into the WNBA. Shout out. Drafted
Hey,
number
where'd she-
24 overall from Gonzaga.
Or where's she going?
She's going to the Washington Mystics.
Hey, there you go.
Shout out.
Hey, shout out to you. Hey, that's sick. I'm glad you found that, Danny. That was
Yeah.
cool. But yeah, do you have anything else?
That's all I got. That was the one thing I got to add.
All right, for sure. Yeah, that was the WNBA draft. We're excited to see what comes out of here. Hopefully, Caitlin Clark, hopefully Angel Reese, and all these lovely ladies, all these talented young individuals, they do well in the WNBA. So yeah,
Yeah.
we'll try to keep tabs on them once the season starts. But yeah, Dan, are you ready for the rundown?
Let's go.
All right, for sure. And one sport in the rundown we have not pointed out because it's been a hot minute. It's hard to pinpoint how to cover this because I am not used to watching this sport. But the NHL playoff race is
Yeah, it's about to
also
start.
also about to start.
Yeah.
It is really, really close right now. Most of the spots have been taken up, but I think it's in the Eastern Conference. The last couple wild card spots are up for grabs. It's super duper tight. Let me see. I'm trying to get the wild card up on my digital device here. I think it's Philly. Oh, never mind. It finished. Ha. When I was doing notes, I think it was Philly, Pittsburgh, and Detroit who were all vying to get that last spot. But I think the Washington Capitals just took it. Yeah, I think they just did. I think they beat the Flyers today as of this recording. So yeah, I think everything is locked up. Let me see if they haven't posted anything new on Instagram. But yeah, just as a quick reminder on how this all works, the top 3 teams in each division automatically qualify for the playoffs. Each conference has 2 wildcard spots. The top 2 division winners in each conference will play the second wildcard team, and the other division winner will play the first wildcard team. The second and third place teams in each division will match up with one another in the first round. So yeah, it looks like as if everything has been locked up. Wow, I'm surprised. Let me see. Do I have this one here? Or did they take it down? I'm trying to find. There's a bracket that I had seen online that had a lot of the teams, but I think because that game just wrapped up, it might have been taken down. So, oh well. But I can tell you the teams that have qualified. How about that, Danny? Does that sound good?
Yep, give them to me.
All right. In the Eastern Conference and the Atlantic Division, there's Boston, the Florida Panthers, Toronto Maple Leafs. In the metropolitan area, the New York Rangers, the Carolina Hurricanes, and the New York New Jersey Islanders, and then in their wild card in the East, we had the Tampa Bay Lightning, and as I said, the Washington Capitals. Let me see, the Capitals. And in the Western Conference, in the Central, we had Dallas at number 1, Winnipeg Jets at number 2, and the Colorado Avalanche at number 3. In the Pacific, we had the Vancouver Canucks, the Edmonton Oilers. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't say it.
Oilers.
And then we had the LA Oilers. Yeah, I don't know why I couldn't say it. And then we had the LA Kings at number 3. And then to finish up in the wild card for the West, we had the Nashville Predators and the Las Vegas Golden Knights. So yeah, keep tabs on our social media. I do post hockey online on our social media. So keep tabs on our social media for all NHL updates. I post as much as I can. But yeah, that is the playoff race there. Moving on, we have some NWSL scores to go over. Angel City defeated Chicago Red Stars 1-0. North Carolina defeated Portland 2-0. Louisville and San Diego played to a 0-0 draw. Gotham FC and Kansas City played to a 1-1 draw. And then Bay FC defeat Seattle 3-2. Some more scorelines to update in the UFL. The DC Defenders defeated the Arlington Renegades 29-28. The Birmingham Stallions beat the Memphis Showboats 33-18. The Michigan Panthers won 34-20 over the Houston Roughnecks. And the St. Louis Battlehawks defeated the San Antonio Brahmas 31-24. Quick news thing. The X Games are back. They return to Ventura once again. They will run from June 27th to the 30th. Some of the events that they will be having for skateboard, they have Park, Street Best Trick, Vert, and Vert Best Trick. For BMX, they have Park Best Trick, Street, Dirt, and Dirt Best Trick. And for the motorcycles, Moto X, Best Trick, Quarter Pipe, High Air, and in Best Whip as well. And Danny, you're in trouble, bro.
What?
Because there was a big golf event this past weekend, and you didn't tell me.
The Masters.
Yes, we had the Masters. Scotty Scheffler, who came into the week as the national favorite to win the 88th Masters tournament, secured his second green jacket at Augusta National with a 7-birdie performance on Sunday in the final round to win the 2024 Masters. Danny, is a 7-birdie performance really good?
Hell yeah. I aim for 7 bogeys. And
is that like the next best one?
No. Par is the next best. Birdie is 1 under. Par is is even. And then bogey is 1 over.
Oh, okay. With the win on Sunday, Scheffler has not only continued to establish himself as one of the best golfers in the world, but also joins an elite class of golfers to have won multiple Masters tournaments. He is now one of 18 to have earned the title of Masters champion at least twice in their careers. Finishing behind Scheffler was PGA rookie Ludwig Aberg, who finished with 7 under par in his first Masters tournament. Max Homa, Colin Morikawa, and Tommy Fleetwood rounded out the top 5. Moving on now from the grass to the asphalt for NASCAR. Chase Elliott wins the Auto Trader Echo Park Automotive 400 at Texas Motor Speedway. Elliott broke a 42-race winless streak by holding off Brad Keselowski and William Byron in double overtime to win the caution-filled NASCAR Cup Series race Sunday at Texas Motor Speedway. The victory was the 19th of Elliott's career and the first since he won at Talladega on October 2nd, 2022. Keselowski came in second with Byron, Tyler Reddick, and Daniel Suarez rounding out the top 5. The next big race is Sunday, April 21st at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fox. It is the Geico 500 at Talladega Super Speedway at Talladega, Alabama. And then finally, the NFL Draft is this week, April 25th, Thursday, 2024 at 9 a.m. Then Saturday, April 27th, 2024. You can catch all coverage on ESPN, NFL Network. And just to note, is the only person I can tell you that I know of is Caleb Williams. He most likely will go number 1. But we'll have to wait and see where he ends up going. But Danny, do you have anything else to add?
Sports-wise, no, not really.
Do you have anything else to add life-wise?
No, I'm trying to play golf. Try to hit an 18 hole sometime. Like, nothing.
Oh, okay. Nah, all right, I see you. But yeah, that's it for me as well. Thank you for listening to Rambling RunOff. If you're listening on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, please help us out and give us a 5-star rating. We're also on Spotify for podcasters, Amazon Music, and Apple Music or Apple Podcasts. But yeah, give us a follow there. If you want to hear from us more on social media, follow us on X, formerly Twitter, at Rambling Runoff. We're also on Instagram at Rambling Runoff. We're also on TikTok at Rambling Runoff. But yeah, that's all we have for you today. I've been your host, Robert Rios, for my co-host, Danny Tan. We will see you next time. Peace out.
Peace.